grew up in Bloomington, California. I graduated from Bloomington High School. Right after that, I left for the Navy. I did 12 and a half years active duty. I'd say after I did maybe 3 or 4 years in the Navy, I really wanted to go to college. And I tried to go to community college here and there, and it's just, work. I would just always have to go back to work. My perception of college at that time was freedom.
I know we've seen it on TV with the college students talking about they were on a ramen noodle diet when they're in college and they ate pizza and things of that nature. But the reality of it is that is not the case with most of our college students, whether it's the university or the community college. These students are living on nothing. It is so serious. I don't think people understand the severity of the food crisis that's going on for our community college and our college university students. It's embarrassing because we live in a nation where we should not have starving students. They shouldn't have to jump through loops and hoops to prove that I'm worthy of having something to eat.
Between applying for jobs, applying for programs such as the VA and all that, it's nonstop hurdles,
And it makes it a challenge when it's time to sit in the classroom and you're trying to pay attention, or you're trying to take a test, or you're just trying to focus and you can't focus because you're hungry. They don't get hungry just on Mondays and Wednesdays between 2 and 3. They're hungry when they're hungry. And we have to make sure that we are able to provide them with some type of way of getting food when they need it.
Especially when you're just starting college, there's so many things happening that, take your breath away sometimes. You're supposed to remember this, go to this, and then you go to class and you're trying to get funding. It's just one more thing to add to the, to the list of possible wrenches to be thrown into the works. You go down there, there's all these people down there and they're doing the exact same thing. They're just trying to get the benefits back.
Something that I found interesting with our K through 12 system, where we have low-income families and the students, they receive free or reduced lunch. And then once that child graduates from high school and then they step into a community college or a university, and they still either have the same living conditions, or it even becomes worse because now they're not even part of their family's caseload anymore. So now they're out there on their own. Now they're really struggling to find something to eat, and they find it difficult to apply, even if they know how to apply for CalFresh.
It's got to be 4 times that I've applied for SNAP, and I've received it. But usually what happens is I'll get it for a month or 2 and then it'll just go away. And usually when I call, they say, well, we sent you a letter and you didn't send it back to us. Or even there was an appointment scheduled and I couldn't go. So they just discontinue it.
I think the data sharing process is so important. It would reduce the time that's spent on students having to prove that they are low income. Is discouraging to a person that I have to prove to you that I'm poor. It's bad enough that I'm living it, but now I have to prove it to you. And I may or may not receive the benefits even after I've proved it to you.
If they know that there's access to food on the campus or close by, and that it's there. It's just, you don't have to think about it that day or whenever. You can do your homework or something,
I do see them paying that forward, not just to other students, but possibly to me.
Future doctors and nurses, firefighters, even lawyers of the future. They'll thank you for it, and they'll remember it.
It's not that we just need to do something now. We should have been doing something then. If we don't take action, we're going to continue to see our students suffer. We're going to see our communities suffer. Let's put the action behind what we write down. Let's start showing our community that we care.